Bet you guys really missed me, huh? Psh, I don't even care what you think. I just finished third year. Come on, summer. Bring it on. Boosh! What's up guys, Junio here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the debut album by Wolfie's Just Fine. I remembered, but then I forgot. Kind of like how I just did now. Welcome to my album reviews.
We're gonna have a good time.
Alright, so the album actually came out sometime last week, so I'm a little late to the party, but I've hardly heard anybody really talking about the album. So as opposed to making this video just for the views and the subs, I'm making it more for the awareness of the album, because I feel like maybe if I could somehow contribute to more people listening to it, that's cool, because I think this album is something worth listening to and something that'll fly under a lot of people's radar. Also, if you couldn't guess already by my thumbnail, the guy behind Wolfie's Just Fine is Jon Lajoie, the YouTube comedy musician. That's pretty much how I know him. And I'm sure that's how a lot of you guys know him too, is through his comedy. So imagine my surprise when I hear that, oh, Jon Lajoie came out with a new album, and I go looking for it, and it ends up not being comedy at all. Instead, what we get is the music project Wolfie's Just Fine, and it delivers a thoughtful, melancholy, whimsical, and sometimes darkly funny indie folk album. So needless to say, I was a little taken aback when I found out, a little skeptical, but also a little hopeful. I always kind of like seeing artists branch out and try new things. It's cool, variety is the spice of life. And you know what, I'm pretty glad I actually gave this album a chance. I've listened to it, I don't know, maybe like 10 times now or something. It's cool, it's the cool album. The overall tone of the album is like very chill, very laid back. Like if you were doing a cross-country road trip by yourself through the forest and you were driving day and night endlessly, this album would make a pretty decent soundtrack to that predicament you found yourself in. And there's a decent variety of sound, with Wolfie's Just Fine mixing up a lot of mellow songs with a more upbeat sound. And on the musical side, the album is very crisp, like a Granny Smith. It's not too complicated, with clean and bright sounding guitar work and vocals, with drums coming in just to accent particular moments on the album. He also uses a lot of vocal harmonies throughout all of his songs in the album to great effect. It creates a good atmosphere, it adds texture and layers and character to the songs. And while I never really thought of Jon Lajoie as having an amazing voice, the genre that he chose to do as Wolfie's Just Fine really suits it. And of course, what's just the music without the words? The lyrics, the poetry. One of the most surprising things to me about the album was how well he was able to tell stories. The album itself is kind of a collection of snapshots from a slice of life kind of thing. He's able to tell stories and put new spins on the way he tells the stories and kind of look at things from a different perspective that I may never have thought of before. The album warrants a few listens through just to kind of get what each song is about, because on the surface it may just seem like the songs are trying to hide behind a curtain of high concept indie storytelling that's pretty vague and stuff. But if you actually listen to it, the stories are pretty clear. It's just not from the perspective you might have thought they would have been told. There's a song from the perspective of an older married man who's reminiscing about the days when he was just dating his wife. There's a song about a little boy who bought new jeans in hopes of getting the girl that he likes to finally notice him. And can't we all relate to that? And there's even a song about a little kid watching the movie Friday the 13th and the mental trauma he goes through after watching Jason murder a girl and her boyfriend in front of his eyes. One of those is not like the others. Now, that doesn't mean that the entire album is just a bunch of anecdotes from his life. There's plenty of metaphors and symbolism for you poetry junkies, and you can travel with Wolfie's Just Fine through a series of existential crises and come out with him on the other side. Or not. I don't care. So yeah, not really too much negative I can say about this album. I have seen some people complain about how they think all the songs on the album sound the same. I would kind of have to disagree. Like I said before, I think there's a decent variety. Maybe the genre itself kind of just lends itself to repetition, but that really just depends on if you like the genre or not. If you do, then I think you'll be able to get past that and really appreciate the diversity on the album. If not, it might just sound all the same to you. But you know what, some people say that all metal sounds the same, and they're ignorant. Now, one thing I can say is that none of the songs are really knockouts. The album overall is really good, and its ability to evoke a variety of different emotions is pretty cool. It's just not like there's any awe-inspiring moments where my jaw hit the floor when I heard this song or moment in a song. I'd have to say, like, overall, this album's pretty decent. I like it a lot. I've been waiting for new Jon Lajoie music for ages now, just because he hasn't been putting out new music on his YouTube channel that often. And I'd have to say that I'm pleasantly surprised. Wasn't sure what I'd think. I like it a lot. 8 out of 10. There's probably a lot of other things I could say about the album, but I think it's something you just have to experience for yourself. I think there's something for people to enjoy, whether or not they were a Jon Lajoie fan beforehand or not. I don't know, just think it's a cool album. Wolfie's just fine. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this review. It's good to be back, good to be out of school for the summer. Hopefully that means that more videos, tons of more videos will be coming your way. Game of Thrones is happening next weekend, make sure you tune in for that. Good to be back. Thanks for listening. Thank you, Jon Lajoie, for putting on this album. Yeah.
Juices.